This is Your Magnetic Purpose podcast, a new season focused on creativity and connection. We'll use tools like human design, tarot, and astrology, and see what happens when you let your natural rhythm lead. So let's dive in. Here's something that I've discovered after years of being on creative teams. There is a specific kind of magic that happens when the right people are in the right roles. It's that energy of the project just flowing when ideas are naturally building on each other and when everyone knows exactly where they fit and the work just feels energizing. And that's not luck. That is what happens when the right people are working with their natural design and they are complementing each other. I used to think that team chemistry was something that you stumbled onto, you hired the right people and kind of hoped that it worked out. But when I started to understand human design, I realized you can actually architect that chemistry. You can intentionally place people in the roles where their energy is naturally supporting the team. And when you get it right, the difference is remarkable. Projects move a lot faster, creative output gets stronger, and people actually enjoy the process. Hello, everybody. I am Ashley, and this is Your Magnetic Purpose podcast. And today we are talking about team dynamics through human design, specifically how each energy type is naturally designed to work together and how you can leverage those dynamics within your team so that everyone can work at their best. This is where human design becomes less about self-awareness and more about strategic leadership, where it stops being theoretical and starts being a direct improvement to how your team functions. So there's two categories of energy in the human design that matter the most in team dynamics. The first one is energy types, and these are going to be your generators, your manifesting generators, and your manifestors. They have consistent access to their own energy. They can sustain momentum, they can build projects, and they can generate output without needing a consistent source of input. And then we have our non-energy types, and these are going to be your projectors and your reflectors. They don't have the same consistent self-generating energy, but they work through guidance and awareness, and they are very sensitive to their environment, and that helps to steer their output. This distinction is critical because it explains why certain people can handle high volume workloads and others seem to do better with a smaller plate, and why forcing non-energy types to produce like energy types are inevitably going to lead to burnout. It also explains why some people are naturally up in the executive roles and why others are naturally more in the advisory or the directional roles. Neither is more valuable, they're just different functions. So before we get into the specific type combinations, here is the foundational principles that you need to understand. Different energy types are designed to do things differently. That sounds pretty obvious, but most team structures don't operate from the understanding. They operate from the assumption that everyone should contribute equally, hustle equally, and do the same kind of output. That model creates friction because it's asking people to function in ways that they're not designed to function. When you understand energy types, you stop expecting everyone to build the same and you start working with their complementary systems where each person's natural strengths support the gaps in somebody else's design. The goal isn't to have a team of identical contributors. The goal is to have a team where the person is operating in their zone of genius. So in these two types of categories of energy types, they matter the most in the team dynamics because your energy types, your generators, your manifesting generators, they have that consistent access to their own energy, like I just said. But they can sustain momentum, build projects, and generate output without needing that external input. The non-energy types, again, which are the reflectors and the projectors, they don't have the same consistent self-generated energy. So having that awareness and that environmental sensitivity is really helpful. So let's talk about the energy types working together. First, if we have a generator and a generator, I like to call this the building block. When you have two generators working together, you have a foundation for sustained momentum. Generators working alongside each other can create a natural rhythm, and they respond to each other's work. They build on what's already in motion, and they create through consistency and quality through focus. This combination works exceptionally well when you have a project that requires depth and refinement over speed. Both generators are working on things they genuinely respond to, and there's a clear division of labor. So you're not having to worry about the difference in effort. Where some discrepancies can come is if both generators are waiting for each other to initiate. In that case, nothing is going to move. Generators need something to respond to. So if no one is providing stimulus or direction, the team can come to a standstill. The solution often comes by bringing in a third energy. A manifestor to initiate would be really great in this. Or maybe even like a projector to direct, or a manifesting generator to test the ideas and create momentum. Now, speaking about a manifesting generator, let's talk about when a manifesting generator and a generator come together. This is where speed meets depth. This combination can be incredibly productive when it's structured well. The generator brings a focus and consistency and the ability to refine the work in high standards. The manifesting generator brings speed, adaptability, and the ability to handle multiple streams all at once. This works beautifully when the generator holds the quality standards while the manifesting generator explores variations. The manifesting generator likes to test ideas quickly, and the generator develops ones that work and that they can maintain through structure. Manifesting generators like to move fast, and generators move steady. So if the manifesting generator is feeling pressured to match the speed of the manifesting generator, this is where it starts to feel destabilized. If the manifesting generator feels restricted by the generator's need for depth and contemplation, they might feel stifled. The key is to recognize that these different rhythms are not better or worse. Let the manifesting generator explore and let the generator refine. Don't expect them to operate at the same speed. Now, a generator and a projector, this is where execution meets direction. I always say that a generator needs a projector in their life. This is one of the most naturally complementary pairings in any creative work. The generator has the sustained energy to build and execute, and the projector has this perspective to see where the work should go and how to optimize the process. When this pairing works well, the projector guides the vision and the direction. The generator executes with focus and consistency. The projector recognizes what the generator is doing well and helps to refine it. And the generator provides the energy that brings the projector's insight to life. And this is why you have so many creative, successful partnerships that are generators and projectors combination. The projector can also see potential, and the generator can help to actualize it. Where friction can occur with this combination is if the projector is not recognized or invited into a role where their guidance is recognized. They may feel dismissed, or they try to prove their value by working at the generator's pace, and then they just end up burning out. If the generator feels micromanaged or doesn't seem to trust the projector's direction, they'll resist. If the projector's guidance isn't clear, the generator won't know what to respond to. So the best solution could be for projectors, they need to be explicit in what they want and how they're going to guide. And then the generator needs to be given clear direction to respond to. When both of those things are in place, this pairing works exceptionally well. Now we have two manifesting generators working together, and this is a high-speed collaboration. The two manifesting generators work together and they can create an explosive momentum. They move fast and they move rapid, and they also are really great at pivoting. This pairing thrives in environments where speed and adaptability are more important than depth, and where multiple ideas need to be tested quickly. The project benefits from the non-linear exploration, and this is where they really thrive. But where friction can occur is if both manifesting generators can't pivot at the same time, or they're not always in the same direction. Without alignment, you'll end up with two people moving fast in different directions, and then your work is going to be fragmented. Manifesting generators also need space to move independently. Two manifesting generators in a constrained project with no room for individual exploration can really start to unravel. The solution is clear alignment on the overall direction with freedom to explore within that frame. You need to define the destination, but let the manifesting generator find their own path there. And now if you have a manifesting generator and a projector, this is where innovation meets insight. This dynamic pairing has a really clear role. The manifesting generator brings rapid testing and multi-threaded exploration. And the projector brings a pattern of recognition and the ability to identify what is actually working. When this works best, the manifesting generator operates from a quick and fast and steady pace, and the projector evaluates and guides with direction for the development of the project. The manifesting generator implements adjustments based on the projector's insight, and the projector is keen to help with the overall vision, while the manifesting generator gets to explore different functions. But where friction can really occur with this pairing is if the manifesting generator can move so fast that they outpace the projector's ability to guide. If the projector feels that they can't consistently try to catch up or redirect, they'll feel like they are not being valued. If the manifesting generator doesn't respect the projector's guidance and keeps pivoting without input, the projector will be disengaged. The solution is to build in regular check-in points where the manifesting generator pauses and then the projector gets to evaluate. They can align and then they can move forward. And then the manifestor with any type, this is the initiation dynamic. Manifestors are initiators. They start things, they create momentum from absolutely nothing, and then they work best with autonomy. When you have a manifestor on your team, their role is to usually just be a catalyst, to start a project and to set the direction and to create the initial spark that others can build from. So a manifestor and a generator, or a manifestor with a manifesting generator, the manifestor initiates and the generator or the manifesting generator responds and then builds. This works well when the manifestor can clearly communicate what they're starting so that the generator or the manifesting generator knows what to respond to. The manifestor and the projector, in this dynamic, the projector is here to refine and guide the execution while the manifestor is initiating direction. This works really well when the manifestor informs the projector of their ideas or what they're going to be doing, and the projector is invited to help shape that strategy. Friction can occur when a manifestor needs autonomy and when they're feeling micromanaged. Even if they're being questioned consistently or they're forced to just give a little bit of an explanation, they might withdraw or become a little bit combative. On the other side, manifestors who don't inform others before acting create confusion, resistance, and people feel blindsided. The solution would be to give a manifestor space to initiate independently, but establish a practice of informing and letting the team members know before they start acting. Not asking permission, but informing. That reduces the resistance and keeps everyone aligned in the project. And then we have projector and projector. When these two come together, they are guidance without execution. Two projectors together can create exceptional strategic clarity. They can see systems, they see people, and they understand potential. But what they don't naturally provide is the energy to execute fully. This pairing works well in a consulting or an advisory role, or even being a creative director. They love to have strategy and planning phases, but where friction can occur is if both projectors are waiting to be recognized and no one is being recognized. The dynamic can stall. If both are directing without anyone executing, the vision will never materialize. So the solution is projector-heavy teams need energy types. You need a generator, a manifesting generator, or a manifester to bring the vision to reality. Projectors excel when they are seeing what should happen, and they don't need others to make things happen. And then there's reflectors on a team. They are the barometers. Reflectors are rare, like 1% of the population. But when you have one on your team, they function as an environmental mirror. Reflectors feel the health of the team more acutely than anybody else. When the team is aligned, they feel energized and clear. When the team is misaligned or toxic, they can feel that immediately. This makes reflectors incredibly valuable for feedback. You can get quality control, and they are great at sensing when something is off before the rest of the team even makes it obvious. Where some friction can occur is reflectors need time to make decisions. If the team is moving fast and expects immediate input, the reflector will feel pressured and overwhelmed. Reflectors also absorb the energy that's all around them. If the team is stressed or burnt out, the reflector will reflect that back. And it may even be mistaken for being the reflector's fault when actually they're just mirroring back what's happening. The solution is to give reflectors time to process. Don't rush their input. And when a reflector says something feels off, you better listen. They are usually picking up on something that is real. Now, let's make this tactile. If you are building or restructuring a team, here's how you can think about the placement. For vision and direction, projectors and some manifestors, these are your creative directors. They're your strategists and they're your advisors. They see the big picture and they can guide with execution. If you need initiation and a catalyzation, manifestors and some manifesting generators, these people can bring in great fresh ideas to start the project. They can get the momentum going and they can set things in motion. If you need execution and building, generators and manifesting generators are going to be your primary builders. These are the people who take concepts and turn them into finished work through sustained effort. And then if you need some multi-threaded exploration, manifesting generators are going to bring you to where you need to be in rapid testing. They can do multiple approaches and they can create a lot of innovation through experimenting. And if you need a little bit of a environmental awareness or quality control on your team, reflectors are your go-tos. They are here to sample. These people are the ones who can tell you how the work is landing and whether the team dynamic is healthy or not. You don't need one of each of these on your team, but you do need to understand what function you need to give these people in the projects if you want them to work at their full design and their best capacity. Okay, now let's talk about red flags in a team dynamic. Here are some patterns that indicate someone is in the wrong role for their design. A generator or a manifesting generator who is expected to consistently initiate without any external stimulus, they are going to be frustrated and depleted. A projector who is expected to produce at a generator's volume, they're going to have instant burnout. A manifester who is micromanaged or has zero autonomy, they're going to withdraw, or they might even create some conflict on the team. And then a reflector who is rushed to make an important decision, they're going to feel overwhelmed and can seem a little bit inconsistent. When a manifesting generator is forced to work slow and linear, errors and disengagement can arise. And when a projector is offering guidance without being invited, bitterness and feelings of unappreciation will show up. When you see these patterns, the solution isn't to fix the person, it's to adjust the role. So here's what changes when you start building teams through human design. You stop expecting everyone to contribute the same way, and you stop judging a projector for not producing like a generator. Or you stop resenting a manifester for needing autonomy. You can stop dismissing a reflector for needing a really long time to make an important decision. You start seeing each person's natural contribution as part of the larger system. And you can pace people where they're designed naturally and where they will thrive. You can also structure your projects so different energies complement rather than compete. The result is a team that is less forced, and projects will flow much more naturally, and creative work doesn't require consistent management because everyone is operating out of alignment. And that's not idealistic. That is what happens when you work with how people are designed rather than against it. So here's your assignment for this week. And I know that you guys are loving your homework. Thank you for sending me the DMs about it. If you are leading a team, map out each person's type. You can ask them directly if they've been introduced to human design, or you can observe based upon what you've learned so far. Then ask yourself, is this person in a role that matches their design? If not, where is the friction coming from? And what is one small adjustment you can make? Maybe it's in the role or the responsibility. How can you bring them closer to alignment? And if you are on a team rather than leading it, map out your own type and the role that you are currently occupying. Do you feel aligned? And if not, what would alignment look like to you? And how can you start moving towards that? In the next episode, we are going deeper into strategy and authority, specifically how to actually use them in real creative decisions and not just understand them conceptually, but apply them when the stakes are real. So again, I am Ashley. This has been your Magnetic Purpose podcast, and I will see you next week. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you stream your podcast. For more resources and tools to explore human design, tarot, and astrology, head over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and book a live one-on-one reading or download your free chart. Remember, the more that you align with your purpose, the more opportunities you attract.